What's up? What's up? What's up, everybody? Welcome back to TDPHINSTALK, home of the real Miami Dolphin fans. We are live here just after the 11 o'clock hour on this beautiful Wednesday. What's going on, everybody? I see y'all coming into the comment section. Y'all hit this like button on your way in. We're trying to get 200 likes on this video. And yes, Miami Dolphins head coach Brian Flores speaks on the possibility of Tua Tagovailoa starting. We're going to talk about that, everything that he said. And we're going to read between the lines, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to have that conversation today. I'm telling y'all, man, y'all better start listening. I don't just be saying these things just to say them, man. What's up, Jason Green? Shout out to your homie. I see you, Rashad Brown. Shout out to the Mod Squad. Chad Marchand being the first one in the building. What's up, Fins Up Next TT? I see you, man. Shout out to Mr. Miami 305 from Fins Up Next TT. Powerhouse TJ in the house. Brandon Hudgens. Clemente. What's up, man? Glad to see y'all logging in, man. Y'all hit that like button on your way in. Oh, look at Matt Burke. He in the Jets training facility hitting the dislike button. I love it, man. I don't know what it is. He got me on notifications too. Man, Adam Gates and Matt Burke got me on notifications because the stream just started and I got the dislike. I love it, man. TD Fin Fan, what's up, yo? Patrick, Samaraj, man, everybody logging in, man. That's what's up, man. Y'all hit that like button on the way in. Again, we're trying to get 200 likes on this video, and we're going to have some fun, man. We're going to have some fun because we got a lot to talk about, man. Love this news. What's good? Hey, man, it's all good, man. Digital background. I know it's my green screen. I'm trying to perfect it. I'm getting it going, man. Y'all will see, I got my logo behind me, Miami, what it say? Home of the real Miami Dolphin fans. It's the TD FanStalk logo, whatever. Yeah, y'all know. It's pretty cool, man. I'm loving it, though. I'm loving it. All right. But anyway, let's get into the news. Let's get into the conversations. Let's get into it, man. Listen, so I'm going to read what Brian Flores said, and we're going to talk about it, all right? It's that simple, okay? Basically, they were asking about Tua Tagovailoa, his possibility of starting. Flores went on to talk about, he was examined, and this and that, but that doesn't tell us anything. Basically, Flores needs to see him on the field. Okay? So here's what Flores had to say, okay? Basically, let me see. He said, yes, we examined him, but again, examined and then doing a 2-hour practice and playing in a game, there's a process to all of those things. And this is what Flores told the Post on Tuesday afternoon, just yesterday in the evening. Whether or not he can or can't do something, it would be hard to say. It would be hard. I don't know. Flores doesn't know, okay? He doesn't know. He goes on to say, my hopes don't get high or low until I see a guy in a huddle. My hopes don't get too high or too low until I see a guy in the huddle, Flores said. Until I see a guy make it through multiple practices, it's hard to say we're going to do this, that, or other things at game speed. That's for anyone. Okay? Now, let's break that down, ladies and gentlemen. It ain't much. It's just simple. Is Tua going to be the guy that when Flores puts him on the field in practice, is he going to shine? It's not rocket science, ladies and gentlemen. It's not rocket science. Basically, he's saying, when I get him out on the field, is he going to shine? If he shines, I'll have an answer for you. But the point of all of this is, all this fake narrative about they're going to sit Tua, they're going to rest Tua, they're going to, give him that experience under his belt to let him, cut all of that out. It has never been said out of the organization, ladies and gentlemen. I am here to continue to tell you the same thing over and over. Brian Flores is going to make a decision that gives us the best chance to win. Not a decision of, oh, he's great, but we're just gonna let him sit back and chill and learn. Flores said, in regards to starting, I don't know. I can't tell you. I have to see the kid go through practices first. I can't tell you anything until I see him on the field. And if he comes out in training camp balling, getting through multiple practices, and Flores is pleased, how can we sit out here and keep on coming with that narrative of, oh, he's not going to start. You're just trying to push him to start. Let me get another thing clear. I need to check a few people. Stop coming at me with this, oh, you're just trying to make him start. I can't make him do nothing. I can't make Flores make any decision. So stop that crazy narrative. Oh, I don't like you because you're pushing. You're just trying to make it so that he starts. I can't make him start. Why y'all? Because I come out here and I do it. Oh, I know it's your show, but you're just trying to push him to start. How can I push somebody to start? What, you think Flores is like, oh, I just got the notification from TDPHINSTALK. Let me watch him. TD say he need to start. Oh, Greer, man, I don't care. We got to start the man. TD's pushing it. We got to do it. We got to do it. Come on. People literally hitting me up in email, attacking me. Oh, you just pushing this Tua start narrative because you want him to fail. You're just trying to get them to start him. Get who to start him? Like, all right, let's back up for a second because some people giving TD a little too much credit and power. Somebody just put in the comment section, TD, you have the clout. Yeah, like okay. Somebody there's some people that must be looking at me of, oh man, this is the Dolphin insider of all insider. He actually helps make decisions for the team. For the record, I don't. Let me help some of those people who may be getting a misconception. I am no different from you. Unless you don't watch film, unless you don't study your team, unless you don't, not a diehard fan, I don't know. I can't judge you. But I am no different from you. I am an ordinary individual who got sick and tired of the mainstream media disrespecting my team and writing narratives that they solely didn't know about. So I decided to say, let me do my due diligence, study my team, and then talk about them the way that real Dolphin fans can know that it's real. That's who I am. That's all I am. Yes, I've been in contact with the organization. I've been given a few opportunities. I've been extended a few opportunities that I haven't taken advantage of yet because of COVID and all of that. But that comes with the territory if you're doing this and you keep doing it and you keep doing it. That comes with the territory. But I have zero influence nor say in the day-to-day operations of the Miami Dolphins. Period. So let's get that straight now. TD doesn't call up and say, hey, man, go ahead and start Rosen this week. No. If I had any, oh my God, y'all know my stances on a lot of players and opinions. If I had any say, some of the things that happened recently wouldn't have happened. So come on, man. Y'all, you're giving me a little too much credit, okay? I don't want that kind of credit. I don't want that kind of to be viewed in such a way. I am just like you. I just get on the camera talking my talk, loving my team, breaking down and evaluating them, just giving my opinion. TD, your opinion is wrong, bro. How can an opinion be wrong? Because I think it's this instead. Oh, my opinion is wrong because your opinion is right. I don't know. I don't get it. I don't get it, man. I have no idea what's going on out here, man. But listen, for the record, write it down, take a picture, save it, whatever you got to do. TD does not tell Brian Flores or Chris Greer what to do, nor does he have a voice for them to consider. we all have a voice. They may listen to me and say, hey, he may have an angle that I never thought of. Who knows? But just get that straight now. No individual in the Miami Dolphins community has that kind of influence, nor say, nor opinion in the organization. Get that straight. I don't care what reporter it is. I don't care if they're next to Flores and they're talking to him and they're interviewing him. None of them have any influence into which they can make decisions. None of them. They're here to report to you what they are saying. So I am here right now to report to you what Brian Flores is saying. And what I am not hearing him say is that, no, we're going to rest Tua this year. No, we're not going to start Tua this year. No, we're going to be careful and not rush things. We're going to make sure that he learns and gets to look at things first before we put him out there. That ain't what this man said. The man simply said, I got to see him on the field. I can't rule it out that he'll start, but I can't rule it in that he will either. I need to see him go through multiple practice and see how he performs. That's all I've been telling y'all. If he's the best man on the field, if he gives us the best chance to win, the man's starting. And y'all told me when we drafted him, he definitely will give us the best chance to win, and he's the best one on the field. So that's why TD believes he's going to start. Isn't that common sense? 2 + 2 = 4, but some of y'all 2 + 2 = -3. I don't know how you get it, but hey, to each his own. That's all. So don't you're just trying to push this narrative so he could start, so that he could fail. No, I'm using my common sense. Brian Flores said the best person that gives us a chance to win is going to start, is going to play. And when I ask some of y'all same people who gives us the best chance to win, Tua hands down, Tua all day. So it's a crime for me to say Tua's going to start there. My opinion is Tua's going to start. Oh, you're just trying to push that narrative so that he can get hurt. So he can get hurt or he can fail. You don't want that, TD. What if he comes out and throws interceptions and he looks bad? He'll never recover from that. That ain't what y'all told me before we drafted him. Y'all told me he was the next thing to the next whatever. So that's what it is, man. So get that straight. I'm not trying to push this narrative to make him fail. Y'all don't understand. Tua can come out and start failing. I am going to be talking about how we can help him be better. I don't care if Sam Darnold was our quarterback and he was seeing ghosts. He's not our quarterback, so I pick on him. But if Tua was throwing interceptions like Sam Darnold and he was seeing ghosts, I'll be talking about what Flores and what these guys, Chan Gailey, need to do to fix this, because he's supposed to be our future. It's that simple. It's supposed to be our future. Y'all like how the bottle is see-through? Clearest water ever, y'all. See-through bottle. That's the green screen behind me. It's pretty cool, man. I'm excited about it, man. But yes, man, let me read some of y'all comments, see what's going on. EM said, I just want Tua to be as healthy as possible. Either scenario I'm comfortable with. Exactly, man. Because if the man ain't healthy, all this is out of the window, y'all. If he's not healthy, all of this goes out of the window. But I will say this, the man told us he was 100% healthy. I'm just saying. But everybody keep on emailing me, TD, he was supposed to say that. Wait. Hey, I take men by their word. I take men by their word. Now, if you start to tell me he ain't the type of man I can take by his word, or his integrity ain't there, or he will lie to get a higher draft status, then that's a different conversation. But I'm not going to come to those conclusions right now. I'm going to take his word. He said he's 100% healthy. He just wants to play. He's ready to get out there. That's what I heard. That's what he said out of his mouth. He's ready to go. His whole team said the same thing. The hip is stronger than it's ever been. And all his injuries have healed. Who am I to question his integrity? So right now, am I wrong that this man deserves the benefit of the doubt? He's done nothing to us, or that I saw in the past, to make us question his integrity. But all of a sudden, I'm supposed to, he's supposed to say that, TD. Oh, he's supposed to lie. so that he can get a higher draft capital. Oh, is that's who we drafted? Oh, okay. I'm just curious. Just curious for all those who throw that notion out to me. But I'm not gonna believe that until I see. Oh well, Tua, he's still like week 1 comes and the depth chart comes out, and Ryan Fitzpatrick is starting. I'm gonna say, oh, Tua couldn't beat him out. But if news comes out, well, he's not technically 100% from his injuries, still going through the rehab process, then I'll start questioning whether or not we were told the truth. But right now, we got a healthy Tua. Right now, I am led to believe we have a healthy Tua Tagovailoa. Brian Flores almost said it himself in the same article. He said, yeah, we examined him. Everything was fine, but, none of that matters until you get him on the field. If we got to see him on the field to see if he's healthy. So examinations, doctors looking at him, he's good. But like Flores said, yeah, people get hurt and they're good, but you got to see them in game speed, how they're playing in game speed to really see if they're good. So right now he's good, ladies and gentlemen. He is healthy. As they practice next week when the rookies come in, if they don't push it out, because the sports are trying to push out hot spots in Florida, and Miami is a hot spot. Broward County out in Davie, where they're still going to be practicing, is a hot spot. So they might push out our training camp, which is going to suck. The whole league is going to be going to training camp before us if they do that. Y'all go check out that information. The league is considered pushing back the start date for teams that are in hotspot areas, and there aren't many. Miami is like one of the few. I mean, there's other hotspots, but Mike said TD is wrong 90% of the time, but I still love him. That's Mike for you. Oh, man, LOL. Tua starts week 1 behind an unproven offensive line full of rookies. I don't think so. Put Fitz in, LOL. That's crazy. A group of in the same person, Andres, let me ask you this. If we put Fitz in behind a group of unproven rookies on the O-line, what if they suck this year? Do we have to wait? Do we have to let next year our new linemen, or they're unproven, so we got to wait 2 years for Tua? Y'all act like the circumstance of the team is going to dictate whether or not he plays. Y'all are wrong on that. That's a wrong philosophy. These coaches don't think like that. Oh, we don't know if our line is good, so we're not going to play our QB. They don't think like that. They don't think like that. That's like saying we don't know if our QB is good, so we're not going to play our receivers, go out there and get them killed. We don't know if the O-line is good, so we're not going to go out and play our running backs. Yeah, but TD, the quarterback is more important. So you tell me this. If it's a line full of unproven guys and they suck this year, that means next year we'll have a line full of unproven guys. Then what? We got to sit them another year until they're proven? So what you're saying is Tua would have never played through the Tannehill era. Well, at least not the first 4 years until we got a decent O-line. What you're telling me is Tua would never play in the first 4 years of Tannehill played, because we never had a proven O-line. It makes no sense. That's another one of those false narratives that people throw out there to make excuses. Well, we got to make sure the O-line is good to protect them. They don't care about that, because if you got a good O-line and certain players get hurt, you still going into that playoff game with the backups that are unproven. You got to do what you got to do. You got to go out there to try to win games with the best roster that you could put on the field. Because if that was the case, why did they even throw Rosen in last year then? Fitz's first 2 games should have proved to you this O-line trash. This O-line is boo-boo trash. Why did they even throw Rosen in then? Because that narrative is false, and they're going to keep driving that. Well, we got to, I don't want to rush them if the O-line ain't right. Then you might be waiting forever, and that's not realistic. That ain't how this goes, man. It's not how it goes. But people keep spreading that narrative as if the O-line is going to determine if the guy starts. Because I thought a great quarterback would also improve the O-line. That's what I argue with people plenty of times. A lot of people have said that. If he got good pocket presence and stuff, he can. Tannehill made our O-line look bad a lot of times. Like, where do people be getting this stuff from? Where do they get this stuff from, man? No, I get you, Andres. I'm with you, bro. I'm with you. He said that's just what I prefer to happen. But hey, if they put Tua, that's cool. I get you on that. It's just some people, Andres, that's actually a real reason for them. Not because they prefer it, because I prefer him to be behind a good line too. I don't want the man to be running for his life and looking like a mediocre quarterback when we know he's better. I knew Tannehill was better than what people thought. He finally get an O-line to protect him, and he's able to maximize himself. So I'm with you on that. I get it. And the same people won't even address Tannehill season. He's a prime example of this whole situation. But the difference is Tannehill still put up numbers with the trash O-line. That's why I'm a little disappointed in Rosen. He could have failed, but give me a little more in your failure. Give me a little more in your failure, but maybe we'll see this year. Maybe we'll see this year. Matt Burke in the house. He said, is this TD guy the new Dolphin insider or something? Yeah, I'm the new Dolphin insider, Matt Burke, because they told me when they were going to fire you. But I didn't call and let you know. Hey. Ooh, man. Oh, man. Let me see. What is it? Vance Joseph, defensive coordinator. It's sad that we are talking about sitting a first-round draft pick. Tyrone, I know. And then they try to qualify it with current players in the league. Patrick Mahomes had a Pro Bowl quarterback in front of him. A Pro Bowl quarterback in front of him, taking them deep in the playoffs. What are we comparing here? Lamar Jackson sat 8 games. He had Joe Flacco, who had won a Super Bowl for the organization. What did Russell Wilson have? Not even a first-round pick. Come on, man. Dak Prescott, not even a first-round pick. Come on, man. Well, I ain't a fan of Dak Prescott. Let's get that straight now. I don't think he's as good as everybody thinks. So, that's arguable. But it's still an example because people think he's great. So, okay. People, man, come on, man. I mean, Alex Smith never won a playoff game with KC, but I get your point. Yeah, but he was a winning quarterback. He was winning games in regular seasons, getting him there. Alex Smith wasn't a slouch. He wasn't a slouch, man. Who gives you the best chance to win the first 4 games? Fitz or Tua? That's the point, flip side. We don't know. The problem is we don't have the ability of hindsight and look nor looking into the future, because if Fitz starts, we might go 2-2. If Fitz starts, we might go. Listen, if Fitz starts, we can go 0-1. 0-4. We can go 1-3. We can go 2-2. We can go 3-1. We can go 4-0. We don't know. If Tua starts, we can go 0-4. We can go 1-3. We can go 2-2. We can go 3-1. We can go 4-0. We don't know. We don't know who gives us the best chance. But at the same token, what you got to recognize is when they pad up in camp, whoever looks like they're going to give us the best chance is the one that will. First of all, they're the one that needs to, and they will start, because that's what Brian Flores said. That's what Brian Flores said. Now, if you think Tua don't give us the best chance to in the first 4 games, if I believe that Tua doesn't give us the best chance in the first 4 games, I wouldn't start him. But that ain't the case for me. I think Tua Tagovailoa gives us the best chance to win in every game that we will have this season. That's just my take. I truly do believe that. I don't believe it. Patrick Saramago said, I don't know though, TD. How can Tua, if he only practices for 2 weeks? That's not going to be the case. That's not going to be the case. He's going to have 4 weeks of practice, bro. They report, matter of fact, actually 6 weeks of practice. Think about when is the first game, y'all? When is the first game of the season? What day is the first game of the season? Y'all let me know. I got to look it up. But I think somebody will put it in the comment section before me, before I even look it up. So I rely on y'all in moments like this. What day is the first game of the regular season? September 12th to 13th. They report next week. They report on just say the next week they report, bro. So when they report, they'll have 1 more week in July. They'll have 4 weeks in August. And they'll have 2 weeks in September. That is 7 weeks he's going to be practicing. This ain't a 2-week situation. And preseason is practice. Preseason is practice. They're practicing all the same days like training camp. They just have a real live scrimmage. That's preseason. They're going to have 7 weeks to be on the field. Flores said, I need to see a guy for a few weeks before I know. I need to see him in several practices. Do you know how many practices they're going to have in 7 weeks? They're going to have over 30 practices, bro. If I was to guess, they're going to have about 33 practices, somewhere around there, between now and kickoff of the regular season. The truth be told, they already practicing. Come on, y'all. Y'all know what time it is. Think about it. The NFL only allows full contact practices like 4 to 6 times a year. I forgot the number. Like, people don't know that. Real contact, fully padded, hitting and everything, only like 4 to 6 a year they allow. They have to pick when those are. So most of the practicing they do anyway is running plays, catch the ball, touch them, or whatever. Just that's in hand work. That's what they're doing. You can't tell me they ain't doing that now. You had a full teammate together, but you can't tell me Tua ain't throwing to nobody right now. Tua ain't taking snaps from whoever his center's going to be right now. Maybe not, but he's practicing already, man. He got the playbook the same time as Fitz. A new one, might I add, just like Fitz. There's no advantage there. And he's a freaking quarterback and has been one his entire life. His entire life. This man was born saying Omaha. He's been playing quarterback his whole life. He got the playbook a few months ago. He's learning these plays and he's getting a good gauge of the plays that he's remembering now. He got a good set of plays right now that he should remember to be able to run the offense. He may still have to work on some of the nuances of certain wrinkles and this and that, but everybody should have the plays by this time. Now, they may make a mistake and be like, oh, I forgot this and that, but that comes with repetition. He should have the plays down just as much as Fitz. Just as much as Rosen. They all got it at the roughly the same time. With Chan Gailey. They weren't able to meet up. They weren't able to get together early. They all were able to get together in the same time, and that's what COVID did. So listen, 7 weeks of practice, Flores will know if he's NFL ready or not. Period. Easy. Easy. Easy, man. So listen, if Tua is just playing great football and balling out, here's the thing, guys. What y'all have to understand is, even if he ain't performing better than Fitz and he's playing just as good as Fitz, you got to put him out there. He's your first round pick. Start his start. He has to start his knowledge right now. He has to start understanding the wrinkles of the NFL now. See what people have to understand is, you can get a new job and you can go through training for a whole month, right? But you don't really get the job mentally until you actually do it. And you're like, oh my God, I'm nervous. I'm about to do it for the first time. For real, for real. Anybody who knows what I'm talking about, who's been at a job and been through a training program, they know that I've learned everything, but it doesn't matter until I actually speak to the customer, or I do this or I do that. You got to do it hands-on to actually become good at it. Not holding a clipboard, staying in training, watching people do it. So I'm actually going to go out on a limb and change my whole narrative here. Before, I was actually trying to conform to some of you all. I would give an example, like if Tua is obviously balling and killing them in camp, you got to start him. He give us the best chance to win. But now I'm at a point mentally where he ain't got to be killing them in camp. He just got to be just as good or better. So if he's just as good as Fitz, you got to put him out there. You got to give him that Kyler Murray experience. You see Kyler Murray in preseason look like hot garbage when they were coming to him in preseason. Do y'all remember that? I streamed the game and I was like, wow, Kyler Murray out here talking about why y'all had to blitz me all game like that. Y'all remember I criticized him for that. But the one thing that was valuable, he experienced it. He had a terrible night, but they were blitzing him all over the field, making him look like a mediocre quarterback. And he in the press conference, yeah, it was fun, man. And the other team players were coming, dapping him up. He was like, man, y'all ain't had to do me like that. Y'all blitz on every play, man. What's up with that? I was like, why would you be saying this stuff, man? To me, that was kind of weak. But the one thing that he got out of that was invaluable was the experience. It was the experience. So now he can go back, watch the film. Man, they were blitzing. So how can I pick it up next time? What am I looking at when I'm on the field? I was out there real time. See, you don't see it real time if you're just watching film without actually have been the one out there playing. No, Wetson, I get it. He probably was playing around. No, he was playing around and joking. I just didn't like it. I didn't like it. You know, it kind of was like, man, because y'all got the best of me because y'all did this. No, don't get, no. It's just one of them things for me. Like, nah, don't even give him that. Don't even give him that. You know, that's why I ain't like it. But because I know he was just like, man, y'all, he was just talking, you know. But it was valuable experience he got. Like, for some reason, people like, oh, well, you know, he just needs to learn on the sideline. Who was it that said it? It was the Bucks coach. He said, I don't know what you learn holding the clipboard. They got to get him out there as soon as they can. As soon as they can, they got to get him out there. Because another thing y'all don't realize is this. If Fitz is starting, are y'all even educated on how training camp and practices go in the regular season? If you're the starter, you get all first team reps. 98% of the reps are first team, bro, if you're the starter. Tannehill will tell you that. He said it in an interview recently. It was hard because you realize when you're not first team, you don't get any reps. It's like you're an outsider and you have to go work with the scout team. You're over working with the scout team, seeing who's good and stuff. And over there, you don't even run with the second team in a lot of cases. the number one quarterback on the depth chart gets all the reps. Matter of fact, he's getting every rep he can, and he can demand it too. So what is Tua gonna be doing throwing with a scout team? Y'all think it's gonna be a case of, well, we'll develop Tua by giving him the first team reps and then have Fitz play game day. That's not how it works in the NFL. No team does that, y'all. No team does that. If they giving us a second string guy first team reps, they're thinking about making a change. But if he's not the number one quarterback on the depth chart, Fitzpatrick gets all the practice reps. You just got a guy sitting there chilling, going through book training. No, Tua ain't no sitting guy. He a playing guy. So, long story short, man, Flores said he got to see the guy. He got to see him in multiple practices. That'll help him decide what's going to happen. I can't tell you whether he's going to start, and I can't tell you whether he's not. I got to see what he can do in practice first. But I bring you this stream to debunk this whole notion as if the organization has made up their mind, or they're talking about, we're just going to rest him. We're going to sit him for a full year. Let him sit down and develop as an NFL pro quarterback. These quarterbacks don't get no grade A development taking no first team reps and holding a clipboard. That's why I have the full confidence. Again, I can't see hindsight, but I know that if Mahomes would have started game one of his rookie season, he would have still been spectacular. He would have still been spectacular. Had Lamar Jackson not started week 8 and started week 1, he would have still been spectacular. He would have still, well, this quarterback started right away and look where it got him, because maybe he was just a bum. Maybe he really was a bust. Maybe he was a bust, man. Guys, we're trying to get 200 likes on this video. We got 153 people watching. Y'all hit that like button, man. If you love Dolphins content, hit that like button, man. Show your love and support. Maybe the guy was a bust, man. Rosen was just thrown into the jungle without have so much reps. Yeah, but look at the result. Without having reps. Not only that, what people fail to realize about Josh Rosen is, first of all, who was the better prospect coming out? Josh Rosen or Tua Tagovailoa? And was it even close? Who was the better prospect coming out? Let me know in the comment section. Let me know who the better prospect was. This H2O, man. Who was the better prospect? Y'all help me out. Put it in the comment section. So everybody's going to say Tua, obviously. So why are we comparing the two? Why are we saying, well, look at Josh Rosen, we don't want that to happen? Why are we comparing the two? Josh Rosen ain't Tua Tagovailoa. His hype coming in ain't the same. Not only that, one thing that people need to realize about Josh Rosen, think about his first 2 years in the league. He was a kid, man. He was as old as Tua is now. How old is Tua Tagovailoa right now, and how old is Josh Rosen? How old are they? You see what I'm saying? He's a kid, man. That's the factor that people ignore about Josh Rosen. That's why he's almost worth keeping around, seeing if he's one of those late bloomers, because he got thrown into the fire as a kid. Technically, he came into the NFL at the age where most juniors in college that are just getting themselves. But he's in the big boy leagues when most players are finally discovering themselves in college, discovering what they can do, what they can't do. He was in the big boy leagues, and that's a huge blow. It's like that 15-year-old going to college, because there are some out there. It's like that 15-year-old, a freshman in college, walking around on the campus. Yeah, some people with homeschool and different programs, there are 15-year-olds and 16-year-olds that go to college, y'all. But that's what it's like. Like, everybody around you are grown, and you want to experience that, but your age says, hey, you can't do that yet. You can't do that yet. You know, that's kind of what it is to Josh Rosen for me. Kid, this is a little above you. We're going to hang out. This ain't for you. You're not old enough for this. You know? So that's one big factor with Josh Rosen. That's why I'm one of those individuals. I wouldn't give up on him. I'll see how his future develops in this league, becoming more and more mature and, you know, wiser and wiser in this game as a quarterback. And we'll see how that develops. At least we have the luxury of sitting around waiting to see how it goes. We have that luxury. In other news, Kenny Stills got arrested. Ex-Dolphin wide receiver Kenny Stills got arrested. He faces felony charges. Oh my gosh. He was protesting for Breonna Taylor. Great cause. I have to go look into the details of it, but he faces felony charges. Protesters don't face felony charges, so something happened. He must have got mad and actually did something. I don't know. I got to go look at the reports. And again, innocent until proven guilty. I know the world want to make people guilty until proven innocent, so I'm not going to speculate. Hopefully it's a whole bunch of stuff that isn't real, because I hate to see him face felony charges. Definitely hate for him to go down that road. Oh, really, Havoc? They just charged him with felonies just for protesting? That's interesting. That's interesting. I got to really look into that, because that's not cool. That's not cool. We'll see. We shall see. Felony? That's like misdemeanor makes sense, but felony? Wow. I'll probably do a stream on that, depending on what I find out later, and maybe on my other platform if it's crazy enough, on TD's Real Talk. But that's an ex-Dolphin. That's why I wanted to bring it up. Kenny Stills was arrested for protesting. So don't know how the league would come down in a situation like that. That's actually a really good topic, even NFL wise. I might do it on Real Talk though. Does the league intervene with punishment because a player got a felony charge, especially looking at the cause of it? Like, that's an interesting one. I'll probably hit that one as I know more details. We'll see. But listen, ladies and gentlemen, man, we got 160 people. See, football getting ready to rev up. This offseason been a drag with COVID. But when we got 160 people rocking right now, 164 now, just rocking out, hanging out, talking about football, man. The season's getting closer. Hey, we getting closer, man. I just hope that it's safe, and I think that it will be. Y'all already know I told y'all the Miami Dolphins received the sanitation award, meaning the stadium is super clean. They were the first ones to receive the gold sanitation award in response to like checking to see how clean it is from a COVID standpoint. So we'll see. I just hope that our rookies aren't delayed in Miami. All the other team rookies are supposed to report next week. I just hope that the Miami Dolphins rookies aren't delayed, because they're talking about in Florida they may delay the Dolphins from starting their camp with rookies because it is a hot spot down in South Florida. That would suck. That would suck. That would really suck, man. They were protesting in front of the house of Breonna Taylor's killer. Oh, wow. They actually brought it to the front door. Oh, man. Man. Wow. Because certain neighborhoods and stuff, they have laws for stuff like that, man. And I could only imagine if this one didn't. It probably did. Oh, man. We'll see how that goes, man. I don't know. We'll see. We shall see. Stadium is a drive-in movie theater now. It's a lot of things, man. I like that. Stephen Ross is a businessman that's getting it done. I must say that, man. He really is. He really is. He really is. Man, are the O-line meeting or doing any work together? That's what we need them to be doing. They are meeting and they are working together. They even went to a camp in, I believe, Arizona. Don't quote me on the state. They even, a lot of the young ones went to a camp in Arizona where they were working together as well. Shout out to Powerhouse TJ with the donation to the channel. He said 86 other protesters got the same charges. Well, yeah, they brought it to the front door in a neighborhood that probably had things in place to not allow that type of stuff. Yeah, this is going to be a tough one. We'll see how it plays out, man. We're going to talk about this another time as I get more details, had a discussion probably on TD Real Talk. All right. Yeah. Hard Rock Stadium got club. I probably don't see eye to eye with Kenny Stills politically, but you should never get a felony for peaceful protesting. Yeah. Yeah. Listen, man, I don't know what the circumstance is, Patrick, but peaceful protesting should be allowed. But at the same token, I could say this. If you're in a neighborhood and there are over 100 people protesting in front of one yard, I mean, there are a lot of laws that can come into play with that. You know, somebody could say, I wanted to leave my home, but you got to look at those felony charges. You know, they might even have things like hostage and stuff in the charges. You might be surprised. 100 people in your front yard and say, all they got to do is call 911. I'm trying to leave my home, but I can't because there are 100 angry people outside and I'm fearful of my life. Felony. Like literally, there are laws in place. That's an automatic felony. That's like you're literally blocking somebody and they don't have to go make the attempt to get out for it still to be deemed blocking them. Think about it. You see 100 people outside. So now don't get me wrong. I'm not justifying it. I'm just saying I could see how they can rope them up and give them felonies and everything. That's just one example of different charges that could be caught doing that stuff. It's that simple. It's crazy, man. This would be a charge. That would be a charge here in New York. I know. Trust me. I'm a criminal justice major. I know for sure it's a charge. You know, just the fear in general, the fear of one's life. That person can go outside, sit on their front porch. One person step in their yard. Honestly, there are laws in place that would allow them to let loose. Like literally, it's crazy, man. It's a dangerous thing out there, man. It's a dangerous thing. It's in my office. Yeah, that's where I won't agree though, because you can't stop somebody and infringe on their freedoms, and that is their life and property. So I can see that. Yeah, I mean, don't get me wrong. It's a charge. I could see multiple charges out of doing something like that, which is the crazy thing. I can see multiple charges. It sucks, man. That's real, TD. If you stop someone from moving 15 feet and it's considered kidnapping. I know, but what's happening is a whole bunch of people in their emotions, not knowing the law, taking chances. Not to say it's not for a good cause, but man, I don't know. You know, I have my opinions on it. I don't want to get too deep into it, but at the end of the day, to me, protesting in front of the person who did something, at the end of the day, What's the accomplishment around it? It's not bringing awareness. The person already knows. It's just to torment the person. Think about it. Protest in front of the person's house. I couldn't see any other reason outside of just tormenting them. This isn't a case of bringing awareness that the killer lives here. I don't know about that. That's just you're intentionally trying to torment the person. That's what it is. And the real protest should be in front of who's making the laws and who's upholding the laws that allow whatever transpired to happen anyway. Allowed it to happen anyway. Having said it's about leverage, but to me, you get no leverage. You get no leverage. I mean, you're going to somebody's house just to yell and talk about stuff. It's like that person's inside. Hey, they're outside right now. Come get them. And then they all got arrested. They all got arrested. I don't see where the leverage is in that. It should be if when something's done wrong, first of all, how was it allowed to happen? That's where it needs. That's where the fight, in my opinion, needs to come. That's where the fight needs to come. Not now, but I will. TD, I am loving this side of you. I never knew before of your college degree and law knowledge. Bachelor's in criminal justice, minor in psychology. Started school for administration of justice and security for my master's, but I didn't finish. I stopped because I realized how much I hated school, but I did love to learn. Got into corporate America. Then I had to learn business because in order, I was so good at my job, they wanted me to be a member of management. So, but in order to be a member of management, they required a business degree. So they required me to go take all business courses. I didn't have to get the full degree, just all the major courses, counting 1, counting 2, finance, marketing, microeconomics, macroeconomics, statistics, all the good business classes. So they put me through that, learned I could go get a second bachelor's in business if I just took 3 more classes technically. And a whole bunch of certifications for leadership, management, and different stuff like that, just to get promotions after promotions after promotions. That was just my corporate America's life. And then I started my own business because they taught me how. Then I started my own business, and now I try to wrap everything I do into my business. Even this I use as a form of my business. So everything. So, just like your president says, everybody wants his tax returns, but you're not going to see anything on there. But the fact that he doesn't pay taxes and he does it legally, which I benefit from as well, because if you know business law, have a business, don't pay taxes by educating yourself on how not to. And I really don't see anything wrong with that because it's the law. So if some people can take advantage of it, we all should. But take the time to go educate yourself so that you can. And that's just my opinion on that matter. But that's a little bit of my background. And I'm trying to do better in my life by reading more. I've never been a huge fan of reading ever since a young age, but I understand the power that it gives me. So I try my best to read more and more and more every chance I get, even if it's 30 minutes every night. So it's just I'm the type of person about bettering myself. And the biggest thing that helps educate me is the fact that anything I don't know, I need to go find out. I don't live in ignorance. I could say something right now that some people are like, well, I don't really know what he's talking about. And it stops there. Anytime you don't know what somebody's talking about, you should go look it up so that you'll know. You'll be surprised. TD, question about your bachelor's in criminal justice. When you first went to college, were you planning to become a police officer or a lawyer? Good question. First of all, I didn't know I was going to college because of the environment I was raised in. It didn't matter, nor did I care to. I was a junior in high school whenever I was in the gym class I didn't plan to go to college. I'm the first one in my family to go to college. I was going up for an alley hoop in gym class, and the alley hoop was thrown low, so I had to go under the rim to catch it and try to come over the rim to dunk it, and I got stuck on the rim. And when I got stuck on the rim, my whole body fell to the ground, but I had to stop it with my hands, and I stopped my whole body with my hands. And I fractured my right wrist. I didn't know. I played 2 more segments. I went up the court, went down the cord, then I just dropped to the ground and scooted to the wall in so much pain. I didn't feel it for the first minute. I didn't feel the pain. And then all of a sudden it hit. I dropped to the ground, scooted to the wall, and I actually had tears in my eyes. That's how bad it hurt. And when I got that taken care of, and I couldn't play basketball or football anymore. And all of a sudden, something that I made fun of my whole life, me and my friends, we would always pick band class every year for our last period. But you can only get in band class if you were in the band. But nobody signed up for it. So, but band members. So me and my homies, me and all my friends, we would sign up for band class because we're not a part of the band. It was the way for the band to steal practice time. So we would, since we're not in the band, but we have this class, we got free A's every year just sitting in the back watching them practice. Because the band director was like, oh, they cheated the system by getting in here knowing that they're not in the band. Because technically he would have had to sit us down, teach us this, but it was really for all band members. So we're sitting back there for 3 years straight. We made fun of band members. The drumline be back there playing. We'd be hitting their sticks. We were pretty bad in school. You know, I wasn't in the best of crowds. We were actually some of the non-well behaving guys in the school. I'll say that. But I was always a good person now. I'm just saying like little knick-knack stuff. I didn't bully anybody. Well, I guess that was bullying, but not the type of bullying that y'all know. And all of a sudden, now here I am with a fractured wrist in the summer, and it gets better, but I just start practicing with the band in the drum line. And every single one of me and my homeboys, about 8 of us over the time, we all end up joining the band our senior season. We ran the drum line. We were good at what we did. And it's crazy how that gave me a scholarship to college. That gave me a scholarship. I didn't have no plan on going to college. I'm supposed to be doing this SAT thing. I'm supposed to be filling out this FAFSA. And where I'm from, there's a lot of kids at my high school, a lot. But only literally in my senior class, there's like almost 500 people. And only 70 people passed the FCAT. That's the state exam to graduate high school. Only 70 people passed it. And I remember my guidance counselor calling me to the office. Hey, you passed the FCAT. I was like, oh, okay. I don't know if that's something special, but okay, thank you. Everybody was excited. I left. But I ended up going to college off of a band scholarship in the drum line, and went to Bethune-Cookman University, right over in Daytona Beach, Florida. And what are you going to do in college? I don't know. Just sign me up. At first it was general studies, but then I said, okay, I'll do criminal justice because, you know, I like law and stuff like that. And it was history from there, man. It was history from there. TD equals sudden impact. Yes. Yeah, see, Jaquise know what I'm talking about. He actually a descendant of Mary McLeod Bethune. A descendant, man. Y'all need to do your research on that. Y'all will know a little something. I'm Z28. Ooh, you ain't ready for us, man. You ain't ready. That's a whole nother conversation. Man. But yeah, man, that was my story. That was my story pretty much. I didn't know I was even going to college. I didn't know I was, okay, I got to pick a major, criminal justice then. So I did criminal justice. I did a concentration in it too. I love taking like as electives, the forensics classes and investigations. Did an internship at an attorney's office. Also did a 21-hour internship at a juvenile corrections facility, which I end up getting a job at the juvenile corrections facility when my daughter was born. I was in college when my oldest daughter was born. She's 15 now. So I was a juvenile corrections officer for about 2 years. And then I moved to Dallas, Texas. And that's when I was getting my master's in administration of justice and security when the police department hired me. And they said, well, you know, this is very strenuous. You may want to choose school or this. And I choose school. But then I needed the funds at the time. And I got a job in corporate America. And the rest was the rest. The rest was the rest. I started a career and I excelled in it. I was great in it. Then I realized there's safer ways to make money. There's safer ways to make money. They want to start you out at $50,000 as an officer, and hard work at my corporate job, you know, got me a few years later in the 80s and you just keep on grinding, man. So there's safer ways to make money, and I never went back. I just use it as common knowledge of law. You know, I'm no expert in law. I just know basic knowledge of the criminal justice system. So that's what it is. That's what it is. But yeah, man, that's a little background on TD in my life. All right. I took a field trip to Bethune-Cookman College in high school. I remember how hyped their basketball game was. Awesome experience. So you saw the pep band in the basketball games, because we get like 5% of the band plays at the games, the basketball games. TD can be mayor of Florida. I'll vote. Listen, man, politics are in my future. I'm not shying away from it. I'm just trying to learn a lot right now. I'm 35 years old. Politics are in my future, though. I do want to enter politics because I want to impact change in greater and greater and greater ways. Okay? So politics are in my future. I will tell y'all that now. That is a fact. That is an aspiration of mine. Put it like that. 2 in college. Run for a sheriff, TD. No, I'm straight. I don't want to run for sheriff. I want to run for whatever's going to control the sheriff. I want to run for whatever's going to control the person that controls the sheriff. I want to run for whatever's going to control the person that controls the person that controls the person that controls the sheriff. So that's what I want to run for. All right. And so forth and so on. That's infinity. All right. So you Republican, Democrat, Independent, TD. I'm TD. I'm not a Republican. I'm not a Democrat. I'm not an independent. I guess that is an independent, but I'm not an independent. Well, I'm TD, because for Republican politics, there are a lot that I agree with. There are a lot of things I disagree with. Republican, Democratic things I agree with. There's a lot I disagree with. Independents, you just can't win. So I'm TD. Okay. And that's what I am. So I love Republicans. I love Democrats. I ain't one of those individuals that get into this gang affiliation of picking sides. Don't mean I don't end up voting for one. I won't end up voting for one or the other, because I have to weigh all the options and make a decision that's best for everyone. You know, not just myself. I'm learning that now, that I have to make a decision that's best for everyone. And that comes in a lot of different ways. And when you really dive in and you educate yourself on these matters, man, it's Republicans that would end up voting Democrat, and there's Democrats that would end up voting Republican if they really broke everything down. Okay? So it is what it is. TD, I love your story. You're an example of the American dream for all races. Nah, Oscar, don't let TD sit up here on camera and give you all it was all working and it was perfect. TD also lived a life. Because I could tell you another story in my life of TD went through this, TD did that. That was a no. TD did it. You know, it ain't all like that. I don't want to sit here and make it seem like I'm on this pedestal and y'all better look at me and do what I do and follow the way I did it because I'm better. No. TD, no. I've experienced things in life. I've done things that I'm not proud of. I've done things that I am very proud of. I'm a human. I don't want to be put on a pedestal. No. Mm-mm. And at some point, you'll hear about some of those things in my life. I've already said some of them, but I don't. Listen, nobody's perfect. If you're a human, you ain't perfect. You ain't perfect. But I do learn from my mistakes. And I believe in God. So my mistakes, he gives me grace. So I don't live in my mistakes. I don't let the mistakes of my past depress me. I don't let it hold on to me. I move forward as if it never happened because I have grace. I've already been given grace. So that's more so who I am, man. So don't think, oh, you're an example of the perfect this or you're that and this and that. Listen, I'm no better than you. I may have done less than you. I may have done more than you, but I'm no better than you. No better than you. At 25 years old, you know how ignorant I was? 10 years ago, I ain't know nothing. Didn't know. So I always use Microsoft as an example. I always say, man, I didn't know what Microsoft Excel was, spreadsheet, OneNote, just general stuff. I'll take it a step further and tell you I didn't know that. I knew the difference, but I didn't know the spelling difference of there, and there. At probably like 24. Yeah, that was me. Because my whole life growing up in the environment I grew up in, attention to detail and stuff didn't matter. It was just about getting by. That's how a lot of people that come from where I come from, that's how it is, getting by. I was a proud C student. C was enough, so why I care? Let me sip this water on that. All I need is a C. What did I get? A 70? Ching! Bam! Oh, but I got an 80. Ha, did we both move on? Bam! I mean, from where, it's just how it was mentally being brought up. Some people live different lives. My parents worked hard, multiple jobs, barely seen them in some cases. So, listen, we all got different lives, man. That's why I don't look at nobody's life and say it's good or bad. I don't know what they're going through, what they've been through, where they're going. But listen, I'm going to love everybody. I'm going to love everybody. I ain't going to judge anyone. I may have moments of saying things that may seem judgmental, but I ain't judging no one, man. No one at all. We all won. All right. I'm sure the killer has a family who shouldn't be punished for the murder. A million ways to look at it, man. TD is not to say you're perfect. Life is not perfect. You made it through, like Pac said, the rose that grew through the concrete. Something like that. Listen, Omar, I never even stop at that, homie. Let me tell you why. Because just because the rose grew through the concrete, it still got to stay alive, bro. I didn't make it. I didn't make it through. Making it through is making it through, it keeps going. You're trying to make it through. I'm still trying to make it through. You never make it through until it's all over. Just because a flower blooms through the crack of the concrete, now what good is it if somebody walks by and steps on it and smushes it? You see what I'm saying? It's an ongoing process. It's an ongoing process, man. You never made it through. You got to keep running your life as if you never made it through. Everyone goes through things in life. You're an example of keep fighting. There we go. Learn what's good from the bad. There you go, Omar. I've learned never give up, because there were times in my life where I wanted to, but never give up. See, if you believe that you're already safe, you'll never give up. No matter how hard it gets, if you know who got you, if you already know who got you, who got your back, you ain't scared of none of that. You never give up, no matter how hard it is. Somebody can call me right now, give me the worst news ever. They can say TDPHINSTALK is shut down right now. The IRS is shutting down your business. Or da-da-da-da-da. I have nothing and we're not going to be able to eat. Believe it or not, I'm going to be doing things to come out of that, but I ain't worried. I know who got my back. I'm telling you. I always talk to God and he tells me he got me. So I look the devil in his eyes and I wink. Those are lyrics too, y'all, if you know who that come from. I always look the devil in his eyes and I wink at him. I pick on him. I ain't gonna lie. I pick on him a lot. You just tore up my car engine. I laugh at him. Everything he does to me bad, I laugh at him. I wink at them because I'm good, bro. I'm protected. Y'all might see rough times as y'all follow me year after year. You might see rough times for TD. Oh man, TD lost his home. TD blah blah. Hey y'all, I know I haven't been on much. I'm checking in, but trust me, I'm good. It's like I know that no matter how bad it gets, it's a test for something that's going to be bigger later on. It's a test for something that's going to be so much bigger later on, man. So trust me, it could get really bad, man, and I'm going to be all right. I promise y'all, I'm going to be all right. I'm going to be all right. I promise you that. All right? Give up is for the weak. Only the strong will survive. Rose, I see what you're saying, but be careful about labeling people weak just because they give up. Many are called, few are chosen. Many are called, few are chosen. Not everybody's chosen, which is tough, though. Which is tough. But listen, man, I don't know. I guess I'm going on a tangent now. Y'all got me talking about other stuff. Nah, I don't know. My record versus you on the EM and ball game. EM, man, get over it, man. You got murdered, man. Ball game wiped you out, man. TD, do you think it's harder for pro athletes that grew up in a bad environment not to revert back to their mistakes they made before they had money? Oh, it's really bad, Anthony. It's really hard, man. People think money is supposed to fix things. No, money just, in a lot of cases, money amplifies your demons. If you have an addiction of this or a desire of this, or money just amplifies it. That's all. In a lot of cases, that's what it does. So, yeah, I think it's really hard for athletes that grew up doing it. And then we always ask, why can't he just stop doing that? He's throwing away millions. Because it's in him. It's in them. Weak people rise up and strong people fall all day, every day. Yeah. Yeah. TD, check this out. It's possible to make it out the hood, correct? What you doing? Don't push that. I don't want you getting hurt, okay? All right, love you. Give me my hugs. Hold on, y'all. Give me a hug. Give me a hug. Yeah. What y'all doing? You finna eat?
Yes.
You eating lunch?
Yes.
Okay, go eat lunch. Close the door when you're done, okay? Close the door. Thank you. What did he say? It's possible to make it out the hood, correct? Possible to make it out the hood. First of all, you got to define hood for me. And making it out is a matter of perspective. I'm be honest, I don't like the term make it out. Technically, you could get up and walk out of it right now. There ain't no making it involved. But I understand what you're asking here, like overcoming your environment, getting up, rising above it. Let me tell you, it's definitely, you can get out. The problem is this, man. Here, let me tell you, me and my wife are searching for a brand new area to build our first home, right? And let me tell you what it's teaching me. Because coming from where I come from, and where I come from ain't no bad. It ain't the housing project. I didn't come from the housing projects. I mean, when I was like between the age of 1 and 7, I was in some housing projects technically. But I mean, most of my life I didn't live in a housing project, but hoods ain't what it seems. It's a neighborhood now hoods are a neighborhood with a whole bunch of gangs, a whole bunch of violence, a whole bunch of crime, a whole bunch of dope being sold. That's the hood now, and you still got your projects and stuff like that. But, and I came up in, what you consider, I guess, between, but it certainly ain't safe neighborhood or not. But searching for a home my first time, it's sad because I ain't gonna lie, I've gotten emotional. No tears, but I've gotten a little emotional because, we got a very amazing realtor that's been driving us around and taking us to places. Look at this community. You can have your home built here, blah, 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 blah. And it's hard to go somewhere that you don't know exists. It's hard to go somewhere that you don't even know exists because of the confinement of where you're from. You don't even know certain things exist. We're riding in neighborhoods. I'm like, okay, look at all these woody trees with this road we're about to ride in. But the road we're riding in, the pavement looks really nice. But man, all these big trees, you can't even see nothing. Oh man, look at about 50 feet in. This is a whole big old nice guard gate. Man, with the security officer out front hoisting a weapon with a punch pad that ain't like a rental apartment. It's really for a visitor badge. And man, okay, we go in. First thing we see when we come up the hill and come down, whoa, it's a whole nother world. We're at the top of the hill with this big old lake, houses all on the mountains, all this and that and this. What in the, like you would never know this even existed. Going there, oh my gosh, look at the community pool area is massive. 2 pools, play areas, 6 play areas in this community. Blah, 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 blah. You mean to tell me we out here looking for homes in this price range when this is right here for the same price? How would we even know that? I mean, you get a realtor and they expose you to it. But real talk, y'all, I'm giving y'all my personal experience. Me, my thought process growing up, even 5 years ago, I got a big family. I need to go try to find me a house. I'm gonna go find me a house that somebody put on the market. I want to try to get a range of this or that. We up in neighborhoods, the typical regular blah blah blah. That's my thought process. My wife's like, let's just look at new builds. All right, I'll look at new builds, but it ain't in my brain. But now all of a sudden, I just didn't know. Is it my fault that I didn't know? Because I would have definitely seeked this out if I knew it existed. Now I know I can get a new build, but I didn't know that I could come right here in exclusive areas like this. And get all of this? Oh, the HOA is only that? $30 more than that over here? I didn't know this. And so when you say, can you make it out of the hood? First, you have to know what all exists. And this is why I always tell my kids, when y'all go to college, get the heck out of here. Go as far as you can go. You may not go far. It's your choice. But just go. Go live life. Experience something. I want you to go somewhere. Just go. I would have never known if I didn't go even just 4 hours away to college. Because being in a band in college took me to over 30 states. It took me to California 3 times. It took me to Ohio. It took me to Virginia. It took me to Texas, Louisiana, Mississippi, Carolinas. It took me all over. And I'm one of those just looking at everything. Because where I'm from, nobody knows what's outside of what's, like when you're from South Florida, some of y'all may have had families that went everywhere from South Florida. But the way it was in my environment, it's like, this is our home. You got Miami right here, Fort Lauderdale right there. You're right between in Hollywood. You got out west, Pembroke Pines. You got fishing. You got all that. We never left. We never did anything. The only time we ever got out was the school field trip going to Busch Gardens or Universal Studios, going down the turnpike and coming right back. And I look at friends back home right now who are buying homes, who are buying $350,000 3-bedroom, 2-bathroom homes. $350,000 3-bedroom, 2-bathroom homes with 1,500 square feet. And here I am in Central Florida and would have never known that I could get a $350,000 house that has 3,500 square feet, that has a big lot, all the upgrades. I would have never known. I would have never known. So if I'm staying home, I'm going to be paying all that money for less. So with the family that I have, I'm definitely going to need the 6-bedroom, 3 bathrooms for my family to feel like, because we want better for our children. We've learned the biggest lesson. Everything we buy from this point on isn't for us, is to give our children exposure of possibilities. When we go to a fancy restaurant, everybody say, oh, we're going to Ruth Chris or this and that for our anniversary. You know what? We're going to start taking our children on special occasions, because sometimes you just got to expose them to it. It's exposure, because a lot of people growing up aren't exposed to things. And that's why a lot of people in those areas make bad decisions financially. Make bad decisions. Like it's deep, man. It's deep. It's deep, man. Shout out to Dougley Durong in the comment section. He say, I say we all play each other, then do a squad game together. Y'all talk about this Madden stuff, man. Y'all ain't about that life. We'll get it, man. Let's link up, man. Let's set something up, man. But maybe I gotta wait on the PS5 to come, man, because some people don't have the Xbox One. And I'm not going to go buy a PS4 just because for 2 months or 3 months. So we'll figure it out, man. But yeah, man, it's a lot, man. It's a lot of stuff going on out here, man, that you just don't know. You don't know what exists. You don't know what exists, man. People have to be exposed to it. It's kind of scary, man. And then they wonder, oh, we're not allowed in this area, that area. Well, we don't even know some of these areas exist. How you doing, bud? Love the new background. Oh, it's a green screen. It's just the logo, man. Stream is, check it out, man. If you get the green screen, StreamYard, you can put whatever you want behind you. You can put whatever you want behind you, man. I'm loving it. This is pretty interesting. Pretty interesting. Let me see. You know, I could be up in the house, man. You know, I'm up in my luxury. Y'all see the piano? You see the piano? Y'all see the piano, man? TD about to go. Nah, this is a green screen, man. This is a green screen. They got a different backgrounds, man. So I'm sitting in my living room right now. You know, no, that's not the case. That's not the case. All right. But yeah, man. Great one, Devore, with the donation, said a lot of empty talk in the chat section. Man, people just doing them. I think EM and his feelings about the Madden law. So now they talking, they want to get on all this Madden stuff, man. Oh, I would do it. It's a long game, gotta go through. Let's talk about the defensive line. George, we'll talk about it on another stream because I'm about to actually end this stream. All right, I'm about to end this one, man. I've already been going about 1 hour and 23 minutes, so I want to break it up. All right. All right, outside of that, man, I'm about to get up out of here, man. I'm going to start a new stream. The defensive line, let's do the defensive line when I come to the defensive line because I'm doing all the player profiles. I'm about to be working on the running backs for the rest of the day. We're going to do each running back one by one. We're going to do the running backs group and talk about their prediction for 2020, all right? So y'all stay tuned. Y'all hit that like button. Again, we're trying to get 200 likes on this video. Thank y'all for y'all love. Thank y'all for y'all support, man. It's TD, man. I'm up out of here. I'll see y'all in a little bit. Peace. We go check on the family for lunch, and then I'll be back. See you soon.